Alice in Wonderland. We are honored to play on the gorgeous traditional lands of the Okanagan people who have lived here since time immemorial. There will be a 15-minute intermission where you can purchase cake and juice for $2. Please take this time to turn off all your noise-making devices. Phones, watches, and whatnot. Do not take photos or videos or off with your head. Thank you, and enjoy my show. Let's go.
Falling golden afternoon, full leisure for both our oars with little skill, by little arms applied, while little hands make vain pretence our wanderings to guide. Our cruel three, in such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest breath. Yet what can one poor voice avail against 3 tongues together? Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it. In gentle tones, Secunda holds, there will be nonsense, there will be nonsense, there will be nonsense.
Oh dear. Oh dear! Oh, the Duchess! I shall be late!
Whoa!
Oh, my ears and whiskers. Something has fallen into my rabbit hole.
Whoa!
It sounds like a little boy.
Whoa! Down, down, down! I wonder where I'm falling to.
Talks. It is a little boy.
After such a fall as this, I shall think nothing of falling down the stairs. I shouldn't say a word even if I fell off the top of my house.
Which is very likely true.
Whoa! How dark it looks ahead.
Oh, my current forepaws. He's coming to the edge. What if he should break to bits when he falls off? Oh,
Whoa! Here I go.
dear me, oh dear me. I'm afraid to look. Little boys can't leap like rabbits. Dear me.
Is this the end?
Well, the question is there any such thing?
Of course there is. Everything comes to an end sometime.
It might be a beginning, you know.
A beginning of what?
How can I tell until I know more about you? The fall, did it hurt you at all?
That it didn't, and it's very curious because, well, it lasted a very long time.
That's because you belong here.
Where am I?
Well, that'll depend on what's going on inside of you.
I wish you wouldn't talk nonsense.
I wish you'd mind your manners!
I didn't mean to be rude.
Then don't be. It doesn't work down here.
I only asked, where am I?
And I told you, you're where you belong, and that will depend on what's going on inside of you.
I don't see what you mean.
How do you suppose you got down my rabbit hole?
Well, I fell. I was sitting by my sister on the riverbank, and I saw you run by. You were talking to yourself, and then you pulled the watch out of your pocket. That made me so curious, I just ran after you. When you popped down the rabbit hole, I popped down after you.
And you entirely forgot that little boys can't go down rabbit holes.
Why, yes, I just felt inside of me I had to see what you were doing.
Exactly. And so here you are. And you never thought once how in the world you're going to get out again.
Oh, I think I'll just go back the way I came.
It's one thing to think so and another to do it.
I wish you wouldn't contradict me all the time.
Very well. Go right ahead. Fall up again.
You don't fall up, you climb. Where I fell off, it went up sort of like a wall. Suppose I couldn't just climb it?
I am supposing it.
Or rather, it's a little frightening. Please, I want to go back.
It's no use whatever to want that.
Why not?
Every hour, it's a one-way road. It will take you wherever you choose, but it will never take you back again.
I want to see the sky. I want to see my sister. Isn't there any way to get out of here?
Dozens of ways. There's a way for me, and a way for you, and one for Johnny, and one for Sue. But you can't go back, and you walk alone. For every Jack has a way of his own. Now,
how am I to go through it?
When you belong in the garden, it will come to you.
I never saw a garden move.
You never saw much of that fact. Oh dear. The Duchess! The Duchess!
Wait, Rabbit! Wait, I tell you!
Wait, Rabbit! What a rumpus. Could I ever find a place for a quiet smoke? Rabbit!
You Rabbit!
Someone's calling you. Can you make them keep them? Puts me out of sorts. You talk to them, won't you? I can't wait. What about? About their garden. Helpers will never come to them until they learn to keep their temper.
You Rabbit!
Rabbit! Such a temper. You better wait and tell them yourself. Make me late. I promised the Duchess to speak a piece at a party. I'm to speak out of the little. Out of the little busy field. Improve each shining hour and gather honey all the day from every fragrant flower. Beautiful, isn't it? If you like it, it makes me feel contrary. You rabbit! Wait, rabbit! You tell them about the temper! I will if they make me feel friendly. If they make me feel contrary, I'll be contrary. I won't tell them a single thing. I declare. It's too bad for him, that is. Oh! Who are you? Well, I hardly know, sir. At least, I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have turned into somebody else. What do you mean? Explain yourself. Well, I can't explain myself because I'm not myself, but I am myself. You see? I don't see. Well, when I got up this morning, I was just Alice, and now I'm not Alice. Being so many me's in a day is confusing. It isn't. Maybe you haven't found it so yet, but someday you'll turn into a chrysalis, and then into a butterfly. Feel a little queer then, won't you? Not a bit. Well, it feels peculiar to me, as if I was somebody stupid. You are. That I'm not. I'm the head of my class. I'll try to find other things I used to know. 4 times 5 is 12. Wrong. I'll try geography. London is the capital of Paris. That's not right, I'm certain. Try some poetry. I'll recite How Doth the Little. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pour the waters of the Nile on every fragrant scale. Some of the words have got altered. It's wrong from beginning to end. You see, sir, I've changed a great deal. You haven't. Oh, it's no use talking to you. I want to find the garden where the trial is held. The things you say are of no use to me at all. They are. You make such very short and rude remarks. I don't. If you're going to contradict every single thing I say, I'm not. Well, you have to. You can't deny that. I can. Come back. I've got something important to say. Keep your temper. Is that all? No. What else, sir? Saying it is one thing, and doing it is another. Keeping my temper, you mean? You see, sir, I'm usually very polite, but things are so strange down here. What shall I do next? Ask the Duchess. Knock on her door. There isn't any door. There is. That's not very civil of him. Oh! Oh! That must be the Duchess's door. Now, keep my temper.
Rabbit, what happened?
pleasure to annoy because he knows it teases. Be quiet, pig. You shouldn't call your pig names. If everybody minded his own business, the world would go around a lot faster than it does. I speak severely to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper. He's salty when he pleases. Mind what you're doing. Here, you may nurse it if you like. I'm going to play croquet with the queens in the garden. Bring in the soup. The house will be going any minute.
Hurry up and catch us!
She said, in the garden. Will you please tell me?
Oh, there's no sort of use in us. I'm not in the mood to talk about gardens.
Well, I must ask someone what sort of people live around here. To the right lives the Mad Hatter. To the left lives the Lord Chair. Is it either your life? They're old man. I don't want to go. Nobody can't help it. We're all not here. You're the pig. Oh, the big pig.
So you know.
Which shall I visit, I wonder? I hope they're not fly trading.
Here's a place. Clean screen. Not a single crowd.
Didn't seem to see me. I'm going to be polite this time, because I must find a way to the garden. Of course, the rabbit was talking nonsense and not listening to me.
I couldn't find him. He's asleep. I put him in the cellar. Oh, don't be like to carry him.
Oh, push him!
Be quick. What did you get for him? I didn't have to help you.
If you please, will you tell me?
No room. No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some candy.
I don't see any.
There isn't any.
And it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very simple of you to sit down here without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid out for a great many more than three. If you please, will you tell me?
Shall we tell him?
You don't know what I'm going to ask yet.
It doesn't matter what is. What matters is how you behave. Ask him a riddle. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I think I can guess that one.
Do you mean you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
It's not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say I eat what I see is the same as I see what I eat. You might just as well say I like what I get is the same as I get what I like.
You might just as well say, I breathe when I sleep. It's the same as I sleep when I
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
Why is a raven like a writing desk? No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. Nor I.
Well, I should think you got something done to spend your time than asking riddles that haven't any answers.
There's nothing to do here with our time but have tea. It's always 6 o'clock here.
That way, there are so many tea things to put out.
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we've got time to watch the things between whiles.
So you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so. I want a clean cup now. All in one place. Wake up! Wake up! It won't move. Try some hot tea on his nose. It's no use. He won't wake up till 6:30. It's very trying to have a watch always at 6 o'clock. I told you to put some butter in it.
Don't do that!
Why not? You'll spoil it. It's the best butter. You must. Did you ever try it? No. Then you shouldn't talk. Hand me the bread knife.
Don't get in the bread. The bread knife, you're going to get hungry as well.
Maybe that's just what it
You'll
needs.
stop your watch.
How can I stop it when it isn't going? Answer that.
Well, I can't.
Then hold your tongue. It was the best butter, you know. Try some up too. It's no use. It's still 6 o'clock. He won't wake up. We'll have to move them. All right. One, 2, 3.
This isn't very tidy. It's been used before.
What's good enough for us is good enough for you.
If it was good enough, why didn't you just stay over there?
The rule is move down 3 places. If you can't be silly, you better wait till you're invited.
Very nice of you. Very nice.
I vote the young lad recites a poem. Recite, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Picture. And begin. You pigeon, it doesn't mind me. Now then, recite.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. I'm afraid that's not quite right.
There's nothing right about it.
You spilled the milk.
Well, pick it up at once.
I can't pick up milk.
You can't do much, and that's a fact.
I'd be glad to wipe it up if I had a cloth. Oh, it's fallen to the ground too.
Well, there's plenty of clean ground to help us with the table. Mind what you think about while you do it.
Please, what must I think about?
All manner of things. Everything that begins with an M. Mousetrap, memory, the moon, muchness.
Why with an M?
Why not? Take some more tea.
Oh, I've had none yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion. Oh, that is, thank you, you're quite right. It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Sit down and do it then.
Twinkle,
Give us some more tea.
if you please. Oh, Donna, Sahata of March Hill, will you please be so very kind as to tell me the way to the garden?
Just keep on the way you're going now.
Thank you. Thank you, Hatta. Thank you, Donna. Goodbye, oh, kind March Hill. Keep on going the way I'm going now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right in one place.
The question is there any such thing?
Of course there is. Every place is one place.
Certainly not. For instance, this was the place where you first lost your temper, wasn't it?
I'm afraid so.
That's one. And now, it's the place where you kept it, isn't it?
Well, I tried to.
That's two. And it's the place where there wasn't any garden.
And yet, I did keep my temper. I was very polite.
That's three. And now, it's the place where there is a garden. That's four.
What a lovely garden! Oh, but I don't see any place for a trial.
No, you don't.
Well, there ought to be jury boxes where a trial is held. I don't exactly know what they are, but I've read about them in the paper.
You don't belong in the trial yet. When you do, the jury boxes will be right here.
Will they come when I don't know it? Like the garden.
Yes, but you'll have to run very fast. Very, very fast.
Why must I run if the trial is right here?
To be one of those times, you have to run as fast stop feeling that way? I can, yes. But it's of no use whatever to tell you. Why not? Well, you'll never know until you've done it. Well, it sounds sort of easy. Just to not let them make me feel good for nothing. That's it! Oh, I'm hoping to find someone and begin. I can hardly wait. Who's that? He's the mock turtle. I never saw a mock turtle. What's he like? He's the one they make mock turtle soup of course. Well, I feel a little afraid. I suppose it's because I'm not used to him. You should be glad of that. Something you never saw before is exciting. Oh, now that's so. I haven't the least idea what a mock turtle is, but I won't let him make me feel good for nothing. That I won't. What if I don't amount to much after all? Well, of course you don't. Nobody does. Well, don't you? Of course I do. Everybody does. Well, it's very confusing, I'm sure. How can I amount to much and not too much at the same time? Well, that's what nobody knows. What you do. Anyway, I'm sure I amount to as much as that mock turtle because he doesn't sing at all well. And I was chosen to sing on the last day of school. It would be easy to not let him make me feel good for nothing. I declare, I must go by myself and practice. I must begin at once. That'll never work. The way not to feel good for nothing is to forget all about it. And the way to forget all about it is to remember somebody else. Now, I wonder whether she'll come across anyone who makes her forget all about it. Well, it won't make any difference in the taste of carrots.
What is his sorrow? He hasn't got any sorrow. Don't fancy that. Curious creature.
What curious manners! But I don't suppose you've had many lessons in manners.
Manners aren't taught in lessons. What do you know about it?
It's the very first lesson we had in school. The master was an old turtle, and we called him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise when he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Oh, really, you are very dull.
Well, what else had you to learn besides manners?
The different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, derision, and uglification.
What's uglification?
What? Never heard of uglifying? You know what to beautify is, I suppose.
Yes, it's when you make something prettier.
Well then, if you don't know what to uglify is, then you are a simpleton.
Well, how many hours a day had you to do these lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the second, 8 the third, and so on.
What a curious plan.
They're called lessons because they lesson from day to day.
Anyone might know that.
Well, how did you manage the 11th day?
We danced the lobster quadrille.
I never heard of the lobster quadrille.
I don't suppose she could dance it with us.
I think I could, if you show me the steps. I took a prize in dancing class a week ago Saturday. Let's begin.
If it was so, it might be, and if it weren't so, it would be, but as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking that I know who you are.
Tweedledum, Tweedledee! You've begun wrong. The first thing you listen is to say how do you do and shake hands.
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush.
So you can dance.
Well, it's a sensible dance.
Did you think you couldn't?
Well, things are so strange lately. Everything I try to do is wrong.
What sort of things?
Well, poetry.
Oh, do you like
Poetry. Some poetry. When I know what it means.
That sounds clever.
Problem is, not everything that sounds clever is clever. No how.
Contrary-wise.
We must find out. Is she stupid? Or does she only seem stupid?
We'll try write a poem. What shall we recite?
Oh, the Morris of the Carpenter's the longest.
And it has illustrations.
Is it just sort of an examination?
To see whether you're clever or stupid.
Oh dear.
Do you like illustrations?
Oh yes, the pictures are the best part of the book.
Look behind you.
Oh, what's it about?
The walrus.
And the Carpenter.
They were walking along the seashore together, and they got very hungry.
And they remember the oysters who lived in the sea.
Now comes the first part of the examination.
We'll recite the poem.
If you're clever, you can tell us when you come to the picture.
If you're stupid, you can.
No how.
Contrary-wise.
Come on.
Oh, oysters! Come and walk with us. The walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. We cannot do more than 4 and give a hand to each.
You haven't come to the picture yet.
You know how!
Contrary-wise. 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for their treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd, you know, because they hadn't any feet.
Well, the shoes are here, but you haven't come to the picture because there are more than 4.
No how!
Contrary-wise.
Then 4 young oysters followed, and yet came 4. And quicker fast the king at last, and more and more and more. All hovering with broken ways, and scrambling to the shore.
I think you must be nearly there. I'm going to listen very carefully.
The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock, conveniently low. And all the little oysters stood and waited in a row.
What were they waiting for?
No how!
Contrary-wise.
Oh, they must have been waiting for something, you know.
Don't you feel well?
That's it. You come to the picture.
Here we go round the mulberry bush on the cold and frosty morning.
I passed the first part. Please go on. I can hardly wait for the second.
That's only a little clever now. Now you see you can repeat one of the stanzas correctly.
If you're clever, you can.
You simply can't.
Go on.
This is the most important part of the whole poem. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, why the pigs have wings.
Now repeat it.
I'll do my best. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things. Of shoes, of ships, of sealing wax, of cabbages and kings. And why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. That's right.
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush on a cold and frosty morning.
I don't think I've ever been so happy. I think I'm going to pass the examination.
That's only middling clever now. Now you must see whether you can make up your mind.
That will be very clever indeed.
What must I make up my mind about?
Which you like better, the walrus
Or the carpenter.
Come, that ought to be easy.
No how.
Contrary-wise.
Well, tell me what each one did, then I'll know.
You must guess the bit from what he said.
Go on.
A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed.
Sounds to me. Well, they couldn't be so mean. What were they going to eat?
What do you eat with vinegar and pepper?
Oysters. I hate that walrus. What did the carpenter say?
You'll hear in a minute he isn't through with the walrus yet.
It was so kind of you to come, and you're very nice. The carpenter said nothing but, "Cut us another slice! I wish you're not quite so deaf. I've had to ask you twice."
And he ate them too? I hate them both.
But you must choose now. Listen to the rest.
I weep for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize. With sobs and tears he sorted out those of the largest size, holding his pocket handkerchief for his streaming eyes.
Oysters, said the carpenter. You have a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? But answer came to none. And this is scarcely all because thieves in every one.
Now make up your mind.
Which do you like better?
That's a very hard question. I think I like the walrus better because at least he felt a little sorry for the poor oysters.
He ate more than the carpenter, though, you see. He held his handkerchief in front, so the carpenter couldn't see how many he took.
That's me. Then I like the carpenter better. He didn't eat as many as the walrus.
But he ate as many as he could, you know. And he wanted more.
Then I don't like him at all.
You must choose, you know, if you're not stupid.
It's a puzzler, and that's a fact. How can I like either one more when I don't like either of them at all? Both very unpleasant characters.
I'm afraid the carpenter goes mine.
I can so.
Which do you like better?
Neither one. You can't like either one better when you don't like either of them at all. I don't like the walrus, and I don't like the carpenter. It's a foolish question.
Oh, the carpenter goes mine!
You're a stupid child, you
It's the Queen's croquet game! It's the Queen's croquet game!
My name is Alice. So please, Your Majesty.
Can you play croquet?
Yes.
To the Wonderland world it was Alice who said, I've a mallet in hand, I've a ball on my head. Let the Wonderland creatures who ever lived in come and play with the red queen, the white queen.
And me!
Then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran. Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 pounds. Then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran. Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 pounds.
Oh, Wonderland creatures, called Alice Crowley, it is an honor to see me, a favorite in theater.
Tis a privilege high of croqueting to see.
Along with the red queen, the white
And
queen.
me!
Then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran. Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3. Then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran. Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3.
You're all very kind, I'm sure, but if I am to play the queen...
Speak when you're spoken to!
Oh, but if everyone obeyed that rule, and if you only spoke when you were spoken to, and if the other person always waited for you to begin, nobody would ever say anything.
What did you mean by, if I'm to play with queens? You can't play with us, you know, until you pass the proper examination.
What did you mean?
I only said if.
She always says if, and she said a great deal more than that.
I'm sure I didn't mean.
You should have meant. What do you suppose is the use of a child without any meaning?
Even a joke has some meaning, and a child's more important than a joke.
I know.
You could deny that. You tried both hands.
I don't deny things with my hands.
Nobody said you did.
Can you do addition?
Of course I can.
What's one, and 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 one?
Oh, I don't know, I lost count.
She can't do addition.
Can you do subtraction? Take 9 from 8.
9 from 8. You can't, you know.
She can't do subtraction.
Try again. Take a bone from a dog. What remains?
Well, the bone would remain if I took it, and the dog wouldn't remain. It would come to bite me. And I'm sure I shouldn't remain. Well, I think nothing would remain.
Wrong.
Temper would remain.
I don't see.
She doesn't see.
The dog would lose his temper, wouldn't he?
I suppose so.
So if he went away, his temper would remain, wouldn't it?
She can't do sums of bits.
I can so when they're proper sums.
Besides, you are old, Father William.
I don't know that one, but I can recite part of the walrus and the cobbler.
Repeat it after me. You are old, Father William, the young man cried, and the hair which has left you is gray. Yet you are strong, Father William, a hard-healed man. Now tell me the reason, I pray.
I think I can remember that.
Don't interrupt.
In the days of my youth, Father William replied, I remembered my youth would fly fast, and abused all my health, my vigor at first, that I may never need it at last. Now, repeat the whole.
I'll do my best. You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Sad
How tall did you say you were?
Like 4 feet and...
Wrong!
Oh, I thought you meant how tall are you?
She never said a word like that.
When I use a word, it means what I choose it to mean. There's glory for you.
There's glory!
I don't see what you mean by glory.
By glory, I mean there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
Glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument.
When I choose a word, it means I choose it to mean neither more nor less.
Well, the question is whether you can make a word mean so many different things.
The question is, which is to be master, you or your words? That's all.
That's all!
Well, anyway, I don't believe...
Something to believe. I'm just 101 years old, 5 months, and a day.
Try again. Draw a long breath and shut your eyes. It's no use. I can't believe a possible thing.
She can't believe!
I dare say she hasn't had much practice. When I was her age, I used to do it for a half hour each day. Sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. Did you say you can play croquet?
Well, I used to be very good at it.
Well, let's see you hit the stage.
I give you 3 strokes. Hit or off with your head. I don't see any stake.
There.
Play!
Well, I wish you wouldn't all keep looking at me. Miss! One! Well, it's not fair. On with the games. He jumped off on the game.
Up with his head. That's one.
No, Your Majesty! Silence! It wasn't the name, Your Majesty.
Who are you?
You can't take off his head till he's had a proper trial.
Who says so?
I say so.
The trial's beginning! Run!
No balance.
We did!
Did what?
Stayed where we were till time for the trial. That speed.
It looks like the very same logic you when we started to.
Well, at least twice as fast to get anywhere else. Takes everything you've got to keep the clock from turning back.
Oh, strange.
It happens every day. Only you don't notice it.
They're going to be late. Come and help them along.
If you please, I'd like to rest. I think the trial has really come here. That must be a seat for the judge, and those for the jury. I suppose that's why they talk about the jury boxes in the paper. Only there seems to be a great many of them here. But everything else seems just as it was. I declare it's too bad to have to run like that just to stay where you are.
It's worse to go backward, you know.
Do you think the knave really stole the tarts?
What's your...
Well, I haven't any, because I'm not sure it was the Queen's tarts I saw someone else eating. It's easier to have an opinion in mind which I was talking about.
You're wrong about that. The less you know, the faster you get opinions.
said he didn't do it, but it wouldn't be all the better. He's being punished for it.
You're wrong about that. Were you ever punished?
Only when I'd done what I shouldn't.
And you were all the better for it, I'm sure.
Why, yes, but then I had done the thing.
But if you hadn't done it, it would have been all the better still, wouldn't it?
I suppose so, just the same. If they punish the poor neighbor without making sure it was the cook, I can't stand it.
When a thing happens, you stand it whether you can or not.
Well, then I won't let it happen. That I won't.
That
Now, Carroll, call the prisoner.
The Kaname of Chaos. Smile in the presence of royalty. I said smile, not smirkle. Mouth the semicircle.
That's the proper style. Now, jurors, listen closely. I'm about to make a searching test. Prisoner, do you know how tarts are made?
I can answer that. First, you take some flour.
Where do you keep the flower? In the garden or the window boxes?
Flour isn't cake, it's brown.
How many acres of ground? You must have leave up so many things.
Flour for tarts isn't measured in acres. It's measured in cups, or quarts, or barrels. The cook is spelling it wrong.
It's of no consequence. It's plain he knows how to make tarts. That proves he was hiding in the kitchen under tables in barrels. Write it down!
Nothing of the sort. It was, I don't think, presented.
I saw an elephant playing on a pipe. I looked again and saw it was a letter from my wife. At length I realized of queens, the bitterness of
Anyone can explain it. I'll give him a sentence. I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it.
If there's no meaning in it, that saves a world of trouble, you know, as we didn't find any.
But you can't call it evidence against the point.
It's very provoking to be told you can't call something evidence you wish to call evidence. I call anything evidence I wish to do. Impenetrability. That's what I say.
Please tell me what you mean by impenetrability.
By impenetrability, I meant just now we've had enough of that subject, and it'd be just as well if you hold your tongue, as I don't suppose you plan to stop here all the rest of your life, interfering with this trial. So,
I shall interfere with this trial just as long as it isn't bad. So,
Hello, miss. Your Majesties must cross-examine the prisoner.
Well, if I must, I must. Who knew the tarts was enough to cool?
I was in the garden.
Did you see anyone there? I saw the cook, but nothing of the sort. Ask him if he spoke with anyone.
Did you speak with anyone?
He spoke with me.
Did he show any signs of having eaten tarts?
He's eaten a great many.
How do you know?
He paid me compliments.
I
You haven't forgot the identical spot where you stopped me from singing a ditty when you said I was playing and excessively vain. But I knew you meant I was pretty.
He's too afraid of being found out to know what he means. I knew he ate the tarts. I knew he ate them all. Write it down.
and nonsense. What sort of evidence is that? Rub it out.
Your Majesties must cross-examine the ditty.
Call the ditty.
it was a fatal job. Jump! Jump! Are you ready? Okay. Jump! 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 There was a pig who sat alone beside a ruined pump. Lovely! Day and night he wiped his throat and put a accent. Yes, his clothes they cut because he cannot jump. Across that pig double and against that ruined pump. He first saw red and then saw black. He rolled right over on his back. His snout came in his bones like that. It was a fatal job.
And the prisoner spoke about it when he was finished.
At the top of his voice.
And he didn't know what he meant. That was very bad. Evidence of Mad Hatter!
I thought I saw a rattlesnake. That questioned me in Greek. I looked again and saw it was the middle of next week. The one thing I regret, oh Queens, is that I cannot speak.
He looks guilty!
He acts guilty.
Or it is guilty.
Guilty! We are ready with the verdict!
Possibly be ready to get the verdict yet.
Shall we say it or sing it?
Sing it! Oh, tell me everything I can. There's little to relate. I saw a beaching land, a city renegade. Oh, who are you, each man? I stand and count. Oh, how is it you live? His answer trickled through my head, like water trickles through the
You couldn't possibly call that a verdict.
I can, and I do.
It's just nonsense.
You may call it nonsense, if you like, but I put nonsense compared to which that would be as sensible as a dictionary.
The question is a dictionary ever sensible?
Consider the verdict.
There's nothing in that song to consider.
I haven't come to the verdict yet. That must be whispered.
Our verdict is.
Do you call that a whisper? If you do such a thing again, I'll have you buttered! Stop! No! Silence! Rule 42. Any child who laughs out loud must leave the court.
That's not a regular rule. You invented it just now.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Then it ought to be number one.
On with the execution!
You can't do that. The idea of having an execution first. You haven't even had a sensible trial.
First, the execution. Then the verdict. Then the trial.
Nothing of the sort.
Anyway, we have had a trial.
You haven't
directed to?
Well, it isn't directed at all, but that's the strangest part of it.
Is it in the prisoner's hand?
No, but that's the queerest thing about it.
You must have imitated someone else's hand.
Oh, please, Your Majesties, I didn't write that, and they can't prove I did. My name's not even signed at the end.
Well, there's no name signed at the end.
If you didn't sign it, then only makes matters worse. You must have meant some mischief, or you signed your name like an honest man.
That proves his guilt.
It doesn't prove anything of the sort. You don't even know what the letter is about.
Yes, Carroll, read it.
It isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses.
Oh, he's disguised as handwriting.
It's probably a secret code.
Well, it isn't mine. I couldn't write like that if I tried.
Don't jump arise! You relate to no one but yourself can read it. Very well then. Go on from the beginning. And go all the way until you reach the end.
I can't read it.
Can anyone else read a scroll? No? That's plain mirror on it, so no one else could on purpose. There's no telling what's inside of it. This is terrible.
You don't know whether it's terrible until you know what it says. And anyway, you don't know that Maeve wrote it.
Read it yourself if you didn't write it. Either he wrote it for himself alone, or somebody else can read it.
Is it that true?
Well, it sounds true, but there's something wrong about it.
Read it yourself then!
So yes, let's go. All this next verse.
It seems to me I've seen writing like that somewhere before. I could remember what I was doing and where I stood. Yes, that's it. I was combing my hair in front of the looking glass. It's looking glass writing. All you have to do is read it backward. The title is Jabberwocky.
Well, if he's so sure of that, Your Majesties, let him read it. Let him read it without a stop. We give you 182 seconds.
Jabberwocky. The thrilling and the slippy toes, the gyre and gimble in the way. On means you are the borough groves, the moan rat so grave. Beware the Jabberwock my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that hatch. Beware the just bird, and shun the frivolous bender snatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while with thought. As his bookish stopped, the Jabberwock, with eyes aflame, came whipping through the tall wood, and burbled as he came. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and through the vulcan blade when Snickers he left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back.
Hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my dearest boy. Oh, Francis, say, the living delay.
He chortled in his joy.